We have new HLX leaks from the game files, but it seems like Valve is trying to cover up what could be Half-Life 3. A few weeks ago, the news broke about Valve's Project White Sands, and shortly after, Tyler shared a bunch of game files found in Source 2 about Valve's unreleased HLX game. But now, it seems like they're trying to make it harder for players to actually know what's going on. In Dota 2's recent Ringmaster update, there was a bunch of leaks for Valve's other games, like keychains for CS2, but also new AI NPC behaviors when they are holding a gun, which might be for a future operation for CS2 or potentially NPCs for HLX. Because what AI NPCs do you know that are holding guns? There was also new mentions of gravity shifts, which is one of the big rumors for the next Half-Life. One of the biggest leaks in the new update though was Valve changing this sound code, where previously it was NPC Hound Eye with an HEV suit, which leaked for HLX. But Valve changed them to NPC Monster and Burbank suit. Why would Valve need to change something like this? Is Valve completely changing the names of these items, or are they just going to try to make it harder and hide some of these future leaks to know exactly what's happening behind the scenes with the next Half-Life? It does seem like Valve may just be trying to cover things up and hide some of their previous tracks which were left out there. We can try to speculate why Valve is doing this and make theories into the name, like Burbank suit being a city, hills near White Sands Park, and part of the Truman Show. But overall, it should let you know something is definitely happening with Half-Life, and Valve is working on something. Now, obfuscation is a common thing to make code harder to understand, which seems exactly what Valve is doing here. Valve must not want direct info which could spoil players about the future game, so what happens to future leaks we get for Half-Life X will be interesting. Will things now just be hidden behind random names rather than what they actually are, like a Burbank suit? Or is this just some one-time case where Valve decided to rename these sound events and just mess with players? There is of course a lot of other HLX rumors, like the manhacks getting updated, gravity playing a big part, and all the other codes with Zen creatures that have been leaked. So why do you think they changed the names of the HEV suit and Hound Eye for these sound events? Did Valve just cancel HLX by changing these names, or are they really just trying to hide it? Valve dropped a big announcement today publishing Deadlock on Steam, saying Deadlock is a multiplayer game in early development. Planned release date to be announced. Early development build. Deadlock is still in early development stages with lots of temporary art and experimental gameplay. Limited access. Access to Deadlock is currently limited to friend invites via our playtesters. With now going forward, people are able to stream, openly talk about the game, and more. But obviously you have to take into account that it still isn't fully released, so what you are seeing is still early development. It's now just no longer a secret where people have to tiptoe around the game, but now can just share what they want. Seeing as the invite system is still the same as how it was before, if you don't have access yet, but you are looking for access, I will fill up my entire Steam friends list with people who share their friend code in the comments and are subscribed to invite them to the game. Over 100 people on my friends list already have access to this game, so let's make it more. Personally, I have been enjoying Deadlock since May and am very excited to see its future. When you look past some of the early art and play some of the heroes, many of them are actually fun. It's a lot less of a hero shooter, as some will explain, and more of just a MOBA that you can shoot. The fact that it's third person makes it more inviting than just a regular top-down experience from Dota, and the gameplay has a very addictive aspect where you constantly want to get more souls, farm, and level up your abilities. The one thing I will say is if you haven't played a MOBA before, all the different things that you sort of see might be a bit overwhelming. You have different abilities that you have to level up, all the other heroes, a store with multiple tabs of different things that you can buy, each giving you different perks that affect you in different ways. There's overall a lot that gets thrown at you at once when you start up the game for the first time. But the tutorial is pretty good and explains stuff very well. After a few games, you get the hang of it and it gets a lot more fun. Over the past 2 weeks, I've been playing more Deadlock than CS2 by a very big margin. Now with all this, Valve still hasn't made any public announcements about this game. Of course it is live on Steam, but it's not mentioned in any sort of post just yet. So it makes you wonder what Valve is planning for the reveal. Just last week, we talked about how Deadlock's reveal may be close with the International coming up for Dota 2 in less than a few weeks. So could this maybe be when Valve has a trailer planned? Maybe also open the floodgates from the current invite system, even though it's not that hard to get access, to something that's a lot more open and not just invite only. Valve is clearly on a roll right now. Deadlock just got pushed public, HLX leaks are coming in hot, Backnet 3.0 is here, and they just dropped Ringmaster for Dota 2. Plus, let's not forget that Half-Life 2's 20th anniversary is coming up, and it seems like Valve is currently testing a big update for it. So these next few months, if you are a Valve fan, will be some good ones. If Valve is trying to cover up any future Half-Life 3 and HLX leaks, hopefully they have a nice reveal planned, as it is without a doubt one of the most anticipated games. I would assume the next few months will be very Deadlock focused, as Valve most likely will start to push trailers and announcements, which hopefully once that calms down, is time for HLX. Let me know your thoughts on the next Half-Life, and have you played Deadlock early?